A lotus is a flower rooted in the mud that rises through and above to become a beautiful bloom. This is a podcast sharing mine and other stories of how we've done the same, choosing to rise above our circumstances to bloom. I'm your host, Amber. Let's get started. All right, so this is my friend Teresa. We have known each other for a really long time. Yeah. I think I had just turned 22 when we met.
Yeah. So it's been a while.
Yeah. It's been a long time. Like 16 years.
Yeah. I had a baby, Theoden.
I know, he was so tiny and little. Every now and then I have like the little Facebook memories pop up of how, like, I was like, what was it? I think my favorite one was when he asked me to be his girlfriend. And he was like 2.
He loved you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had the best time. It was so cute. I was like, I have a boyfriend now, so sorry, guys.
Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, and we've been roommates and we've worked together, and yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good times.
That's what you get for dating my brother-in-law.
I know. I feel like it was a good trade-off, though. I got you.
Right.
In my life.
Perfect.
I know, I was thinking about like all of the memories and stuff this morning as I was getting ready. And I remember when you guys were getting ready to move. You're in Hawaii. You've been in Hawaii for how long now?
Oh, golly. 13 years.
Yeah. So crazy. And you were selling everything, and I had just moved out, I think, to my first apartment. Maybe. No, I'd moved out. It was like my second time. Anyways, but I bought all of these bowls and like Pyrex from you.
Yes.
And you gave me like a scream and dill. Dude, I still have them.
They're like amazing, right?
Yeah, they're the best. Makes me feel like an adult. I'm like, I came with Pyrex. I bring Pyrex to the table.
I bring my Pyrex. See, I'm adulting.
Yep.
Awesome. I love that you still have them.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I think that's the only thing that I got from you guys, but yeah, it's been great. It served me well.
Nice. Very good.
So if you don't mind, I'll just have you tell your story a little bit, and then we'll get into it. I'll just jump in with little tidbits.
Cool. So we're specifically like talking about my cancer story.
Yeah. So
because there's other parts of my story of me, but cancer story is the most recent.
Yeah.
Big thing.
Maybe like a little bit of your background of just have you always lived in Utah except for now moving to Hawaii?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I grew up in Salt Lake City, Utah, Mormon heritage and everything,
Yeah.
Raised Mormon, and grew up with a mom who has bipolar disorder.
Mm-hmm.
So she is the extreme kind of bipolar disorder. So she'll be in a mania for like months and get psychotic and all sorts of lovely craziness with that.
Yeah. I remember a couple of episodes.
Yeah. My son, my oldest, he always was Jesus in her psychoses and bringing about the second coming and lots of great fun stories and excitement with that.
Yeah.
And then I like went through college, got married, was really sick in my like mid to late 20s and didn't know why.
I remember that you had just gotten Ogre, was that the name of your dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice memory.
He was so sweet. You had just gotten Ogre, and you guys had put in like so much work to make him more comfortable with your guys' lifestyle. And then I remember you were getting sick and we couldn't figure out like what it was.
Yeah. So we thought maybe it was an allergy to the dog. So I found a great home for him. He went and he was pampered. He had a sister that he got to live with, not like biological sister, but
Yeah.
And they like the owner who took him, she'd take him to like the doggy chiropractor and everything, like
Oh.
pampered. So he had a good life.
Yeah.
Um, but so got him a new home and thought things would get better, and they didn't. We moved to Hawaii for Gannon, my husband, to do graduate studies.
Mhm.
And it just got worse and really bad. Like I was debilitated. I couldn't go anywhere alone. I'd have really severe vertigo,
Mhm.
really bad. Sorry, that was my computer telling me stuff. Did you hear that? Really bad pains, like throughout my entire body.
Mhm.
Just, I I lost a lot of weight. I was like down to 110 pounds and I'm 5'8". So
Yowza.
like not good,
Yeah.
like really unhealthy. And did all of the medical tests, nothing, nothing, nothing. I finally had a doctor who had me do a psychological test, and they came back saying I had somatization disorder,
What is that?
which is basically I internalize stress
Mhm.
so much so I don't even know that I'm stressed, and my fight or flight and everything just made me sick after years
Mhm.
and years of doing that.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
um, once we figured that out, like we thought, it was Lyme disease or MS or all sorts of things because we couldn't figure anything out. Doctors had no idea.
Yeah.
So somatization disorder, and I didn't accept that very much at first. I was like, that's not, I don't have mental illness. Like it's classified as a mental illness.
Yeah.
That's all my mom with the bipolar
That's
stuff,
not
right?
me. Yeah.
I don't have that stuff. Come on. So we decided we needed to make some radical changes in life to try and get me healthy.
Yeah.
And we found property on the Big Island that we could afford, and we saved up a small amount of money and we moved out into a barren, mostly barren lava field and lived in a tent for a couple months and built a tiny home and just like disconnected from everything
Yeah.
to kind of reset.
And just live off the radar a little bit.
Yeah, and it and did a lot of like self-reflection and self-work and changing my like internal dialogue a
Mm.
lot so that I wasn't ruminating on things and making myself more stressed because I'm like ruminating on bad things or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, and doing a lot of just like, okay, if it's stress, what do I do to deal with that?
Yeah. Was that something where you just kind of did investigating on your own, or did you find like groups to help you with that, or what kind of resources did you have through that?
For that, it was mostly just for myself. I did it. So I live very rural. So I'm like an hour and a half from well, 2 hours from my hospital, an hour from a different hospital that's not a very good hospital.
Yeah.
There's no power, there's no running water. Like we're off grid. We're
Yeah.
out in the middle of nowhere. So I tried seeing a therapist at the local clinic and they were not very good. Uh,
Not helpful in the direction you
the
wanted to go.
local clinic, because it's rural and it's in a area that's low income and everything, they'll get people just graduated from college to come out
Oh,
and work to get their student loans forgiven because they're working in a rural area.
gotcha.
So sometimes you don't get so great people.
Yeah, they're like super
Like they're not
green.
as experienced.
Yeah.
And the clinic's also just getting people that aren't fully certified all the way.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
lots of. So anyway, did
Lots
a
of
lot on
holes.
my own, a lot with Ganna and my husband helping me with it too.
Yeah.
And, just researching online and then going, okay, I'm gonna try this thing and see how it goes, and
Yeah. And
figured out what
probably,
worked for me.
yeah, it's interesting because from what I remember of us being roommates and just knowing you over the years, like you guys are the type to thoroughly research everything. And if you wanted to know something, you like looked it up and figured out how to do it or figured out all the ins and outs of it. And
Yes.
so, like, when you guys started living off of the grid, I was like, well, that's not surprising at all. Like, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, very much so. We like to know things. Um, Gannon's very like he hates not knowing the
Yeah.
answers, so he'll research incredibly
Everything.
crazily.
Yeah. It's cool though.
That's his strong suit for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
I just remember like there would be mornings and he would be like, I'm learning about this new thing. And he would just tell me like random factoids. And I'm like, that is so random and also so intriguing the way that you're explaining it that I want to know more.
Right?
Yeah.
While he was doing his undergrad and
Yeah.
everything, yeah,
Love
he
it.
was learning a lot of crazy stuff.
Uh, so
Uh,
anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
no
you,
worries. So, took we had enough saved up and we're living meagerly enough that we lived like that for about a year, and then we needed to get to find a job, figure stuff out. And I was feeling good enough. I was like, okay, I can go work and do this stuff, and you stay home with Thaden and do the homeschooling
uh,
stuff that we were doing. And did that. And then I finally got pregnant with my second baby. We'd wanted a baby for 10 years.
yeah,
And I finally got pregnant. I'd done a couple of things, but not any like IVF or any of that stuff. Just trying to balance hormones and whatnot.
yeah,
It was probably my body not letting me get pregnant again because of the stress,
with all the
the
stress, yeah.
somatization, but I did. I got pregnant again. I was super excited. It
I
was
know, I was
awesome.
so excited for you guys, especially because I remember us talking about how you, when you were still in Utah, and you were like, "Yeah, we've
Yeah.
talked about it, and we think that we're ready to have another one." I think Thaden was two or
He would have
three
been
or
like,
something,
yeah. Uh-huh.
maybe closer to three. And I just remember it taking so long and that a little bit of that journey, and which I can relate to now that I have kids.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Because I don't know if I told you about this, about how with
Hmm.
Beckett we had some fertility issues
Oh, no, I
having
don't think
him.
so.
Yeah. I mean, not near the same level, but it took us almost a year and a half to have him, and we did 3 rounds of Clomid and um
Okay.
finally had him. And so that roller coaster, I just feel like for women anyways, I don't know about men, but for women it's like when you decide that you're ready to have another baby or to have a baby at all, you're ready to like have the baby in your arms.
Totally.
And the fact that you have to like keep going through this process, and for me anyways, it was like every month that I didn't get that positive was another month where I was like, my body is meant to do this. Like
Oh,
how
yeah.
I remember sitting there and being like, all right, girl guts, get it together. What are we doing here? Come on, we're a team.
Well, and it's such a roller coaster of emotions too,
It
because
really is.
you're like, okay, okay, this is going to be it. And then you don't get a positive test and your heart sinks
Hmm.
every time.
Yeah, I stopped testing for a while because it was like, I'm just going to wait until my period comes because I can't go through the heartbreak of getting the negative, but still kind of hoping that maybe I tested too soon and then my period
Right.
comes and then it's like, all right, that was a solid negative. And it's
Yeah.
like a double heartbreak and then you're just starting all over again for the next month. And yeah, and you're trying, it's so funny because you're like trying to psych yourself out, like trick your brain of like, I'm not gonna get my hopes up. I don't really care. Like it's not that big of a deal. And would tell us like, as soon as you give up, as soon as you stop having your high hopes, like your body will know. And I was like, okay, I'll trick my body and be like, it's fine.
Right,
I
right.
don't care. Whatever.
Uh-huh.
Another month
You're
would pass and
just
I'd be
like
like,
lying to yourself,
oh
right?
yeah.
Yes, totally.
But yeah, 10 years, that's so wild.
Yeah, a lot of people think it's from a different marriage or whatever, my previous life. They're
Like,
two, but no, same
nope.
parents, both of them. Yep.
Yep. Oh
It's great
man.
fun.
So,
Uh,
go ahead.
so it was super exciting, right? And then I worked up until it was because I had my first baby with a C-section out here in Hawaii. If you want to do a vaginal birth for your second, you have to go to Oahu.
Okay.
The hospitals here on the Big Island don't have, they're not staffed 24/7 with
Oh,
emergency surgeons.
okay.
And so if you were to go into labor and go into a local hospital, then they have to call in the on-call surgeon. Costs them a lot of money.
Yeah.
They don't like doing that, so they send you over to Oahu.
Okay.
Luckily, I was on Medicaid, so they paid for me to stay over on Oahu. I had to go a whole month beforehand.
Wow.
So me and my husband and son, we just kind of like hung out Waikiki area for a whole month until the baby
Nice.
came.
Wow. Not too
Uh,
bad.
yeah, it was pretty fun. I was, 9 months pregnant. Couldn't do a lot, but we had fun.
Oh,
And then have the baby, and you fly home like 2, 3 days later.
wow.
So came home, and we enjoyed being a family for a couple of months, and then Gannon went and got a job because I knew I wasn't going to go back to work.
Yeah.
I just, I knew it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Um, he was doing great at work, and he got injured.
Mm.
Um, he broke a couple ribs, and so there was a whole mess with that because his work didn't think they were broken ribs and all sorts of, they did
You're
bad
like,
stuff.
here's an x-ray.
No, they sent us to a chiropractor, and the chiropractor x-rayed his spine from the side and didn't even see that the ribs were broken,
Oh my gosh.
then tried to adjust him. And Gannon didn't let him do it because it
Yeah.
hurt too bad. And then they were like, okay, you should be able to come back to work. And they made him come back to work early. And we're like, no, this isn't right. And we kept
Yeah.
protesting. And so they sent him to the ER again. This time they sent him to the ER. They didn't the first time.
Yeah.
They x-rayed and like, oh, your ribs are broken.
That's
And
fine.
then the company, to avoid any legal stuff, paid him out a couple $1,000s for his broken ribs.
Interesting. What was he
Yeah.
doing, if you don't mind me asking?
We both actually worked in a residential therapy program.
Okay.
So young adults who needed more intensive help with
Yeah.
their whatever was going on, we helped take care of them. And he was doing lifeguard training. So we would go on excursions out to the beach, and for insurance purposes, the staff that was with him had to have some minimal level of training.
Yeah.
So was doing lifeguard training and he grabbed the board that you put him on and had to like flip it, and he pressed it against his ribs, and the force broke
Well,
them.
holy
Yeah.
cow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was
What a roller coaster.
great fun not knowing you have broken ribs too. Like,
Yeah.
why does this hurt so bad?
It hurts to breathe.
Yeah.
Jeez. So then he was home from work with that.
Yeah, sort of like in and out because they were trying to make him come work more when they weren't sure he was broken. So there was a bit of stress and anxiety going on around that. And
Yeah.
then around the same time, okay. So then back up a little. So I have baby. I'm breastfeeding her. And I have this spot in my breast that keeps getting like a clogged duct,
Hmm.
right? So it'll hurt, and I'll massage it and heat it and do all the things that you're supposed to do to get it to flow again.
Yeah.
And then the pain would go away and things would be fine. And then
Yeah.
it'd come back. And one of the times that it like swelled up and started not flowing as good, it didn't hurt
Yeah.
anymore. And I was like, oh, okay. So maybe my body's just like, this one sucks, and it's gonna just make it stop making milk, and things will go on and be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going on while Gannon's broken his rib.
Yeah.
And then my mom had a really bad episode.
Mm.
Um, got money from a credit card and hopped on a plane and surprised us out
Oh
here
my
on Big
gosh.
Island.
Right in the middle of all of that.
Yeah.
Mm.
And she was uh as manic as she gets.
Wow.
So she was bringing about the second coming of Christ, and my son was going to be Christ. There's all sorts of craziness that goes on.
Yeah.
We live in a very tiny home.
Yeah.
So when she comes to visit, we have to put up a tent for her to stay in.
Yeah.
We had to get that ready. And there's not very much mental health services out here. And then if you're not a resident,
There's even
there's
less.
not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just kind of had to crisis manage her being here
Yeah. What was
while
that with a
Gannon's
new
going
baby?
back to work with, yeah, she was, we skipped celebrating her first birthday because all this was going on.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And yeah, so she came out and when my mom's in those episodes and around me, I have to just like really self-protect and
Yeah.
focus on that. I can't manage much more.
Well, and especially where that had been such a big
Um,
focus for you to, um,
to go home,
yeah.
went home and I went to the doctor to get the thing in my boob checked out.
Okay.
Because the spot that had plugged up started to grow
Ooh.
and get weird. And so I was like, okay, I should, check this out.
Yeah.
Um, got that checked out. They sent me for a biopsy. They biopsied it. And then we did a combined birthday for my son and my daughter for her first and his 11th birthday. And then the next day I got told I had breast cancer and that it was really, really progressed, like really far along.
Oh, wow.
And that I'm gonna have to have surgery and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Oh, geez. What was your first reaction? Like, I feel like my first reaction would be like, you're lying. That's not my test.
I I think deep down I knew it could be something bad, but I really didn't believe it. Like when they were doing the biopsy, I was like, okay, so they're like, what's going on with that plugged milk duct? Is it going to be like cottage cheese that they're going to pull out, or like
Yeah.
what's happened with the milk that's in there? I didn't think it was cancer at all.
Yeah.
I don't. I was like, okay, there's no family history of cancer.
Yeah.
I'm young. I was 35. I eat well. I exercise. Like, there's no reason I should worry about it.
Yeah.
Come to find out that 10% of every breast cancer diagnosis in the US every year is for women under 45.
Wow.
And then of people diagnosed with breast cancer, only 5 to 10% are genetic.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, I don't have a family history. I should be fine.
Yeah.
And family history
Doesn't
is
matter.
a huge factor in it.
That's so wild. So, when they told you that you had breast cancer, were they like just through all of the things that you at the same time of like, here's what you've got to do, or what was the next step after that?
So the person who told me was this surgeon that my PCP had sent me to.
Okay.
And he said, so you're going to have to go see the oncologist. Um, so, well, I got told I had cancer when, and Gannon had Thaden, then 11, and my 15-month-old. And he pulled over to the nearest spot he could. And I just like broke down, like just crying, sobbing, break down, like, what the heck,
Yeah.
going through just like, oh my gosh, this is nuts sort of scenario.
All of the emotions.
Yeah. Um, so Then my in-laws came for a visit with their son at the same time of all of this. So we're trying to show them around and play tourist with them while dealing with all the emotions of everything.
Did
Uh,
you tell them right away or you weren't telling them?
yeah, no, we told
Okay.
them, but they still came. And um yeah, stuff.
Yeah.
Um so I was still breastfeeding. So when I had to go to my first appointment with the oncologist, that's 2 hour drive away from our home, but we were playing tourist, so we were actually at a beach park camping with the in-laws, and so I had to drive a different way. Anyway, went to the oncologist, had my baby with me because I can't leave her. I
Yeah.
didn't pump or anything. I can't leave her for 5, 6 hours while I go do all that.
Yeah.
She's crying. I'm like the youngest person in the cancer center with my
Sorry.
baby.
Yeah.
Anyway, the oncologist that I had, he was spectrum. So he's really smart, really intelligent, knew all the things, and his bedside manner is terrible.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, well, we're going to hope that it's stage 3, which in cancer, there's stages 0 to 4.
Okay.
Okay. And he said, because if it's stage 4, that's really bad. And you don't want that. And that's really bad. So we're going to treat it like it's stage 3, but we're going to do all the scans and find out.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, great. Lots of information coming at me.
Yeah.
So one of the first scans that I had to do right after I met him, I had to fly over to Oahu because Big Island doesn't have the right machine. And they do what they call a PET scan.
Mm-hmm.
So they inject, you have to fast for like 12 hours beforehand. And then they inject radioactive sugar into your
Mm-hmm.
body because
I,
cancer is super metabolically active.
okay.
So, along with other parts of your body, but the cancer will pull that radioactive sugar really quick. And then they
Oh,
send you through a machine that looks kind of like an MRI machine or a CT machine.
yeah.
And then they send you home and say, okay, your doctor will have your results. So flying over to Oahu, I have to get up really early, catch my flight, go do the thing, come home and get home late at night,
All in one day.
all in one day.
Wow.
And I uh, can't, because of the radioactive stuff that they injected me with, I can't hold my baby and I can't breastfeed her anything. So I spent the night out in the tent that we'd set up for my mom just 2 months earlier.
Yeah. I was gonna
And
ask about that because I remember when I worked for the hospital and I would schedule imaging. That was one of the scans that we had to schedule.
mhm,
And we would have to tell our patients, like, it depended on what type of scan or how many areas we were, like, how big of an area we were scanning.
sure.
They would have to be um, 24 to 72 hours away from their family. And I
Yeah.
remember all of the reactions that we would get of, like, I can't do that. What do you mean? Like, or I'm a single parent. What am I supposed to do? And it's like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So was that like that marked the end of your breastfeeding journey, or how did you do that?
So that's when I had to like start weaning her. So, I pumped a whole bunch and tossed it until they said it had to be, I don't remember how long between
Yeah.
the scan. And so once it was that time, then I continued to breastfeed her a little bit, but I was going to go into starting chemo soon. So I was weaning her as
Okay.
fast as I could.
Yeah.
Luckily, she weaned really easily. She
Nice.
stopped pretty easily and was eating whole foods and was okay with it.
Yeah.
So then I get the results from that and find out that it's stage 4.
Of which
So
you've had the doctor tell you this is the worst thing you
the
could have.
worst thing. Yeah.
Yowza.
So stage 4, they also call it metastatic
Okay.
cancer, breast cancer, is when the cancer cells have gone from the original tumor site and spread somewhere else in your body.
Oh, wow.
And once that happens, it's considered incurable. So your cause of death will be complications from the cancer, from the side effects, from the cancer growing, that sort of thing. You're going to die because of your cancer, is basically what it says.
Yeah. I just remember when you posted about it or we were hearing about it
Hmm.
and hearing all of that and just thinking, and I don't think I had kids yet. I don't remember if I was barely pregnant
It was 6 years ago.
6 years ago. Okay, so I was maybe barely pregnant at this time, if at
Hmm.
all. But I just remember thinking like she just had a baby.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I would go into a super deep depression after that of like if somebody told me like this is the last stage and it's the worst stage and I have this young family, like what I don't know. I don't want to that's just how I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
heartbreaking.
Yeah. For sure.
Uh,
Completely. Totally. Um, you, I mean, everyone will say don't look up the statistics, but you do.
yeah.
And so it's a 20% chance of living 5 years.
Wow.
And a lot of women with metastatic disease die within the first year or two.
Wow.
So you see that, and you've got an 11-year-old and a 15-month-old and your husband, and like life was just starting to really get going. Like we were out of college, we were moving into middle age life, and
Yeah.
yeah, hard. It's hard. It's super. um, we Gannon stopped working. He tried working like another 2 shifts. He was working a week on and a week off. So
Okay.
he'd stay at the facility for an entire week and then have a week off. And I knew that I needed his support. And if I had to continue taking care of the kids and doing chemo and everything with it, my ability to do it emotionally and physically was not going to happen.
Yeah.
So he quit work. We lived off of the little bit of savings we had for the next couple months. If you're diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, you get disability quickly. So within 2 months of applying, you'll get disability.
Yeah.
Luckily, because I'd been working just before I had Aylin, I had enough work credits that I barely qualified for regular disability instead of the low income disability,
Yeah.
which meant they would give me $1,000 a month.
Wow.
So we survived off of that and food stamps.
Yowza.
And because we had a tiny home and didn't have any bills for it because we didn't have a mortgage, we were able to really like make our little bubble of us so that we could survive through
All of that.
everything, so that we could support
So
each other
yeah.
through it.
What was that? How did you tell the kids? Like how much information did you tell them? Because at that point they're still so young, especially your daughter.
Yeah, I mean, she's 15 months old. She didn't know.
She's not good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But how did you talk to
Um,
Thaden about it?
Thaden was there when I found out.
Oh,
So, because we homeschool,
yeah.
right? So he was with us. And so he saw me just break down and losing it. So he knew stuff was going on.
Yeah.
So we had to be open and honest with him completely about it.
Yeah.
He, it was really hard on him.
I can imagine.
He went from, being an outgoing 11-year-old boy to he could not like sleep over anywhere with any
Mm.
friends. He felt guilty if he ever went anywhere without me because he was
Mhm.
scared that I would be gone when he came back.
Mm.
So he got some really severe separation anxiety.
Yeah.
So he didn't go sleeping over at any friends' houses anymore. And um that was the most obvious time. Or like when family would come visit, he wouldn't even go anywhere with them alone because he was
Hmm.
scared. And he knew logically, he knew that that was stupid, that
Yeah.
I wasn't going to just die in an instant.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter when you're having anxiety about stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And probably just wanting to like soak up every moment with you.
Hmm.
Ugh.
Um, so that was hard for him, but uh, we also got to spend all of our time together,
Yeah,
which was super amazing and great.
especially in that time. That's like what you want to do.
Right. We did find I had a good friend um, who loves sailing and teaching kids sailing. And she's like, bring Theta and he can come for free.
Oh,
And so he did this sailing camp over the summer and he absolutely loved it.
I
And
remember
sailing
seeing stuff.
became like his quiet space. And he could get out on the water and get away from all of his cares and worries and just be okay
Yeah,
and calm out on the water. And so sailing became a big thing for him
yeah,
that he was doing during that time.
that's awesome.
Um, Aylin, my baby, my husband tried to bring her in like once or twice when I was getting the chemotherapy injections through. So I have a little, they call it a portacath,
hmm.
and they have to, they stick the needle in through it and it goes directly into your jugular vein
Oh, wow.
so that the chemo can go in because your veins get just wrecked
Yeah.
from, um, and she'd see that and just be scared and cry and like hide in her dad.
Hmm.
So we just didn't bring her into that sort of thing.
Yeah. Um, how long, so how long did you have to do chemo and all of that? Like, what was the regimen for that?
So, my chemotherapy, the first set of it, the way, because I was so young and they wanted to treat it aggressively, typically they'll do chemotherapy every 3 weeks. So you get your injection and you're like awfully sick for a week to 2 weeks, and then you have another week to recover, and then they do it again.
Yeah.
Because I was so young, they did it every 2 weeks. They wanted me to treat it super aggressive to try and get rid of it.
Yeah.
And because I was young, I'd be able to bounce back better,
Yeah.
you know? So I did 2 months of the really intense chemotherapy, and then I started to get neuropathy. So my
Mm.
fingers started to be numb. I couldn't feel them in my toes.
Oh, wow.
And so when that starts to happen, they stop that chemotherapy because neuropathy can make it so you can't walk
Oh,
and
geez.
because you can't feel your feet and toes.
Yeah.
And this is, I mean, there's lots of other stuff you're doing with the chemotherapy too to make it your body be able to recover.
Yeah.
Um, and then I continued a different type of chemo ish for 3 more months.
Yeah.
And then I had my mastectomy.
Hmm.
Um, for that one, because when I was doing chemo, the tumor inflamed really big, and they thought maybe there'd been skin involvement. So I had to have a skin graft for it
Oh,
because my skin, the way the plastic surgeon said is, well, you're young. And so your skin's not as like saggy and stretchy as the old women that I normally do. So
thanks.
we're gonna have to do a skin graft to cover because they wanted to make sure they removed it all. So
Yeah.
the spots that it had looked like had grown into the skin, they wanted to take off.
Yeah.
It didn't. It hadn't grown into the skin. They found out afterwards when they like do all the
Biopsy.
medical lab biopsy stuff of it when they've got the whole tumor. But
Yeah.
so I had to stay on Oahu for 3 weeks
Oh, wow.
in a hotel again. This time, my mother-in-law came and stayed with the kids so my husband could come be with me
Oh, nice.
while I was there.
Yeah.
which was good because I was like super in and out of it after
Yeah.
having such a major surgery.
Yeah. Can imagine.
But it's like it's right here. It's heart shaped, right over my
Oh.
was boob. So I love it. It's cute.
Um, did they, was it just kind of like, were they thinking, okay, we'll do the chemo, we'll do the mastectomy, and you'll be done? Or what was it?
No, the I was really lucky that my doctor wanted to treat aggressively. Not all doctors will do that if you're stage 4, but he
Mhm.
was still kind of like, we're just gonna do it. Maybe you'll have a chance.
Yeah.
Um, Another lucky thing that happened for me is the breast surgeon, not the plastic surgeon, but the breast surgeon said, "Hey, can I take the results of your stuff to my tumor board?" A tumor board is like a group of doctors that deal with the cancer so that they've got more eyes on your case to look
Yeah.
at it and see if they're missing anything. And she did that, and the oncologist at her hospital noticed that the amount of live cells still in the tumor should have been less for
Mm.
the way they were treating me than it was. And so she called my doctor over here on Big Island and said, you need to treat her different. You need to change how you're treating her.
Okay.
Um, if she hadn't done that, I think he would have continued to treat me as if I had, they call it HER2. It's a
Okay.
certain protein growth on the tumor. And
Okay.
they were treating me for that specific kind. And I wasn't responding to it
Hmm.
because I didn't actually have as much of that protein as they thought
Okay.
growing on it. Um, and so she made him change my regimen, and that made everything shrink more. So the
Right.
stuff I had in my bones shrunk.
Wow.
So that was really good.
Yeah. Talk about a stroke of luck. Wow.
And then I also pushed. So a big part of cancer journey is advocating for yourself.
Hmm.
The doctors are really like overwhelmed with a lot of stuff, and they've got so many of their own patients, and asking questions and pushing for different things really makes a big difference. So I pushed to get on a trial for radiation specifically for um, people who are stage 4 cancer but only have it in a few spots. And so I got put on that trial in the observation arm. So they just kept checking me, see if the cancer had grown.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it did, as soon as it started growing, then that takes me off of the trial. And my radiation oncologist on Oahu said, okay, now we're going to treat it with this intense type of radiation.
Okay. So then that
Um,
changes what your treatment is as well.
right.
Just kind
So
of a
he
lucky.
zapped all of those. I had 4 bone spots
Mm.
where the cancer had spread, and he zapped those with like super high dose intense radiation.
Wow.
In addition to that, I was on a basically like a chemotherapy pill for 3 years
Oh, wow.
until after the radiation, and I had a year's worth of clear scans. I said to my doctor, I'm like, hey, I want to take a break from this chemo pill. Is that okay? And she said, sure. Yeah, you can do that. Um, if I hadn't pushed for that, then
It would have just kept you
I'd
on it.
still be on it. But
How
I said
long?
no. I said I want to take a break.
Yeah.
And it's been 2 years of clear scans. I have another scan coming up in April.
Oh, wow.
So
So,
two
how
months from now.
long after your original diagnosis was it that you said you wanted to be, you didn't want to take the chemo anymore?
That was like 4 years.
Wow. So by then you had already, you've outlived the expectancy.
Yeah.
So is the cancer like officially gone or will you have to have scans?
I
Like,
will have scans for the rest of my life. Um, in the medical world, they'll call it no evidence of active disease or no evidence of disease. I
okay.
just tell people I'm in remission
Yeah.
because people know what that means.
Yeah.
Um, So I am not on any chemotherapy right now, and I haven't been for 2 years, which
Dang.
is super amazing.
Yeah.
But I am on a hormone suppressor,
Okay.
basically. So I've had my ovaries removed. My cancer grows because of estrogen. It's one of the big
Oh,
drivers in it.
yeah.
So had my ovaries taken out, and then they give me a pill that also like sucks up any estrogen in my body.
Wow.
So I have a bunch of side effects from that,
Yeah.
but I'm still here. And
Yeah.
then I get another infusion annually now. It used to be more frequent. That's supposed to make my bones more dense.
Okay.
So being
Since you don't have
this
the
young,
estrogen.
without the estrogen, I have a really high risk of osteoporosis.
Gotcha.
So that thing helps make my bones stronger and also makes the bone environment less hospitable for the cancer.
Yeah.
But it has its own side effects. So,
Yeah. That's so wild. So, how did you, through that whole thing, because I feel like it would be so hard to find a balance of being real with your, trying to be realistic and also keep holding on to hope. Like,
sure.
how did you find that balance, or what was that like for you through the
Um,
whole thing?
the thing that really helped me the most is radical acceptance.
Mm,
So, radical acceptance is this idea that you accept that outside situations that are outside of your control, are going to happen,
mhm,
and there's nothing you can do about it.
mm.
So, like, if you're Christian, you practice radical acceptance when you say it's in God's hands or it's part of his plan.
Okay.
If you're Muslim, you're practicing it when you say inshallah, God, as God wills,
Yeah.
right? If you're Buddhist, you're practicing it when you're practicing the fourfolds path, when you're saying life is suffering and don't be attached to the outcomes of things, don't be attached to things.
Yeah.
So radical acceptance is saying, okay, this happened, this sucks,
Yeah.
and I can't change it,
Yeah.
right? So here I am in this moment, and what am I going to do with it?
Yeah.
Make what I can of this moment.
Do you, was that something that you started doing when you had your diagnosis, or was that something that you had started doing before, or when you were working on your, how you handled your stress, or when did that come in?
I think it was something I was aware of, but I definitely didn't uh practice it to this intensity.
Yeah. To where you like truly needed to.
Where I'm like, okay, I have to accept that I'm probably gonna die
Yeah.
before my kids reach adulthood. Like I'm probably gonna die before my daughter remembers who I am.
Mm.
And accepting that does not mean that I hid my emotions and I didn't cry and I didn't feel all the feels,
Yeah.
right? But it helped me not future trip. It helped me not be like, okay, what's going to happen to him? Are they going to be okay? Blah, 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 all the worries,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They'll be fine. Life will
Keep going.
continue to go no matter what I do, no matter what happens to me.
Yeah.
Life happens not because of me.
Right. Oh, I love that. I love I think it's so interesting too that that mindset, like so many people now are like, oh, I'm just trying to be present with my family. I feel like there's so much more emphasis. I saw something recently that said that this generation of parents, especially fathers, is more present with their children, more involved in their children's lives than previous generations because they've realized like the importance of it and how it affects their children's trajectory in so many aspects. And so I love that it's like almost reminding you, forcing you to be
Hmm.
super present of like, I can't worry about all that stuff. It's going to happen anyways.
Sure.
All I
Right.
can do is think about now.
Yes. And I mean, we still had to teach stayed in school and do normal life things. I still wash dishes and laundry, like
Yeah.
life still continues on, but I really think the importance of being present is being in the moment that you're in, but not forgetting about everything that you need to do. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you still need to do stuff for the future and
Yeah.
actively prepare for that, even if you might not be there.
Yeah. Well, I think it's cool that you found a balance between living in the moment, but still and acknowledging that like you don't have control of the future, but taking care of your day-to-day responsibilities. But I love that you said that like you still felt your emotions, like you still let yourself
Yeah,
cry
right.
and all of that instead of stuffing it down and being like, oh, I'm just gonna pretend like this isn't here so that I can push forward.
Yeah, like toxic positivity is not going to
Mm-mm.
help you
No.
through all the emotions. It's just going to add more stress and weird crap that you don't need.
Yeah.
That's not going to help you make it through or heal or just be okay with whatever's happening.
Yeah. Was there anything that with this whole mindset and the possibility being a little bit more urgent? Because I mean, like, let's be honest, like you could die at any time for whatever reason.
Sure.
But with this, where it's like an even more pressing thing, I guess you could say, or like in your face thing, was there anything that you guys started doing of like, hey, let's start this new tradition that we do, or this is going to be a new thing that we do as a family
No.
because of that?
We spent a lot of time sitting down and playing video games together
I love that.
because that's all I had the energy to do.
Mm,
Like going through chemotherapy and radiation. I was in some sort of treatment for 4 years straight.
man.
So yeah, okay, let's go to the beach, but I'm just gonna sit here and that's okay. Or
Yeah.
I don't feel good enough to go to the beach. Let's just be together and play a video game.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
And have fun with that and just be happy in that moment playing the video game together.
Yeah. I have a friend, her mom had breast cancer and um, I don't think it ever reached a stage 4.
Hmm.
She's still alive and it was all through my friend's teenage years. And, she said that her mom, like, they kind of hid it from everybody. Like, they didn't talk to people about it. Like, her mom didn't want that to be, um, like they didn't talk about to her schoolmates about her. A lot of her schoolmates didn't even know their mom had cancer. And I think that for some people it becomes like part of their identity. It can be a healthy way and a not healthy way.
Sure.
How are you like going forward with that? Like what's your viewpoint on that as far as
Um, so when you get diagnosed with cancer and you tell people, you have lots of really loving, caring people coming at you with all the ways of how to heal.
yeah,
That you like, oh, I've got this friend of a friend that did this thing or ate this thing and now they're okay. And you're so overwhelmed with everything that's going on that that stuff isn't helpful.
yeah,
And so a lot of people won't tell because they can't handle that,
yeah,
all that coming at them.
that makes sense.
Um, I had to like put up some really strong boundaries with some people to just be like, no, stop giving me all that. I don't need that right
I'm
now.
doing what I need to do and I need to focus on
Right. Like I need help washing the dishes, or I need somebody to just talk to me about how I'm feeling or about the side effects I'm dealing with. I don't need to hear about apricot seeds or,
yeah,
it's just not what I need.
yeah,
Um, I think so. A lot of people, one of the best places to find support of people to understand is through different support groups.
hmm,
So being rural, there's nothing out here for me. So Facebook groups were amazing.
yeah,
I learned so much from there because there's so many other people going through exactly what I'm going through.
Hmm.
If I didn't do Facebook, there's like message boards that you can go to.
Yeah.
Like, and that was somewhere that I could ask questions or not ask questions and just read what people are going through and know I'm not alone. So that helped a lot.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like as far as me and sharing with people what is going on, that I never tried to hide it
Yeah.
because I try to live really authentically.
Hmm.
Um, and it was such a big part of what's been going on that if I didn't tell people, I wouldn't be able to be authentic with them.
Yeah. That's true.
So I go around, I don't wear a prosthetic. So I've got my one boob out there for the world to see. And if people want to talk to me about it, they can.
Yeah.
And if people tell me that they've got someone going through cancer because they know I've been through it, then I can be there and talk to them and support them, being somebody who's been through it or
Yeah.
going through it. And that helps. And it makes me feel better
Yeah.
and more real.
Yeah. That you can at least support in a way that you needed support.
Yeah.
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 That's cool. Um, I guess so. The one question that I like to ask everybody, and
Hmm.
I gave you a bit of a heads up, so hopefully that helped, is with everything that you've been through, and I feel like you saying that kind of segues perfectly into this. What's something that maybe helped you through it, or that you've learned that you think would help somebody else who is going through something similar?
Okay. So I've been thinking about it. And I was going to bed last night and as a parent, as a mom, for me, when I like lay down in bed, kids are finally asleep, that's when my mind starts
Same.
going
Yeah.
because I can actually like slow down and like think about things.
Yeah.
And so I have this quote that I'll use at night to help me like stop thinking about everything so I can just go to sleep. And it's from this Japanese person called Saitama. And uh, it's I'll leave tomorrow's problems to tomorrow's me.
Hmm. Wow.
So I use that and I'll be like, hey, it doesn't matter. That stuff is for tomorrow. Right now, it helps bring me back into the present, helps
Yeah.
ground me. So right now, I'm here and gonna sleep because
Yeah.
that's what my body needs. And
Yeah.
I can worry about that junk or plan all that tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And I feel like that also that can go like two ways of I'm not going to worry about what could be or might be. I'm
Hmm.
just going to think about right now. But then also like instead of thinking about the could be might be, it's like I'm still fighting. I'm still alive today. It's
Sure,
like
totally.
what is that song, that John Lennon song where he's like I'm still what is it? 'Cause I'm still
Standing better
standing.
than I ever did.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. Yeah,
It
yeah,
makes me think of that of like, I'm still here. I'm still
yeah,
kicking, like, and that's what matters.
totally.
That's so cool. I love that. Well,
Yeah.
was there, I want to make sure that like if there's anything else that you wanted to share, any tidbits along the way.
Um, I think for anyone going through cancer, the worst thing you can do for yourself is stress about, am I eating the right thing? Am I not eating the right thing? Am I using this product that's going to give me cancer or make it worse? Am I doing this? Am I doing that?
Mhm.
Stress causes inflammation. So if you're
Mm,
stressing so much about doing everything right, you're causing yourself more problems than you would if you just relaxed and ate what you wanted to eat because that's what you need emotionally in that moment,
yeah.
right? It's not an excuse to just go out and eat french fries and hamburgers all day every day.
Yeah.
But if you need a french fry and hamburger because that's a comfort food for you right now and you're dealing with some really tough shit, go eat that hamburger and French fries and don't feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
Like stress is bad.
Yeah.
Don't stress. Do whatever you can to not stress.
Yeah.
Um, and then I guess just like it's going to be hard. There's no way around it. Your kids are going to have a hard time. Your spouse is going to have a hard time. So make sure you're communicating with each other as much
Hmm.
as you can
Hmm.
and find the support groups wherever you need them because you can't do it alone.
Yeah.
You 100% are not going to be able to go through everything alone.
Yeah. I think that's, I mean, I think community in general is so, so important, but especially when you're
Totally.
going through something like that. And not just like, not just having, oh, these are my people that I've always had for everything, but having, like you said, where you had those support groups and everything where people can actually relate to what exactly what you're going through is
Right.
goes so far.
Right.
Um, Kind of rewinding just a little bit, because what you said made me think of what was it, has Gannon talked to you about like what his experience through all of that was? Because obviously you guys had to have that open communication. Like, how were you
Yeah.
supporting each other through that?
Um, for for me, it was just like being able to let go. Um, being okay with that I will have to say goodbye to him. Um, so I wanted like all of our intimate times to be really connected.
Hmm.
Um, for him, the thing that I think was really hard is he had a young baby and a son, and he was afraid that I was gonna die soon.
Hmm.
And being able to take care of them alone and find, he didn't know if he would be able to feel connection, the same connection that we have with somebody else.
Hmm.
And so he had to really work on being able to know that that would be a thing and it would be okay if that's what it came to.
Yeah.
That he would have to, and he'd be able to do it, and that would be okay.
Yeah.
So that was one of the big things that he had to work through.
Did you guys have to have like a lot of conversations of like, if this happens,
Yeah, I mean,
what are we gonna
we
do?
we talk a lot when it's a 2 hour drive to the hospital
That's true.
and 2 hours back, and you can't do a lot physically.
Yeah.
You talk a lot, so
There's a lot of
we
conversation.
talked a lot. Thaden was there for a lot of the talks.
Wow.
He's always been one of those like old souls
Hmm.
kind of people,
Yep.
and it helped him be able to process his stuff, being able to see us process our stuff,
Yeah.
and then
Well,
he could interject and put in how he was feeling and
yeah.
whatnot too.
Well, and what a beautiful example to set for him for future relationships, whether it's like intimate relationships or friendships or anything, of like that clear communication and how you guys handled going through something really, really hard. I think it just sets such a cool example for him.
And we weren't perfect. I
Yeah.
mean, there were like not nice conversations that happened, and there were lots of hurt feelings, and but we didn't want to just give up.
Yeah.
We had definitely had determination to keep us together as a family unit for as long as we'll have that
Yeah.
ability to have a family unit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't always pretty, for sure.
Yeah. Which again, like, I don't know, I just think like with Ben and I, we try to, we'll have, I don't say we fight, but we'll have arguments in front of
Uh-huh.
our kids. And I remember when Beckett was little, he would come up and be like, stop, 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 stop fighting. And we're like, we're just having a conversation about our feelings. And we would let, it was important to us that he also got to see us resolve it. Cause it's like, it lets kids know, like, you're two different people. You're not always going to agree. Like, you're going to have clashing opinions and clashing emotions. And especially when there's something so big and heavy, like, am I going to be around happening?
Right.
And then to see that imperfection just lets them know that like it's not always going to be like chipper 50s mom and dad, where
Totally.
everything's
Right.
perfect.
Right.
So, that's cool. Well, thank you so much for doing this and sharing your story
Totally.
and everything.
Yeah.
I
Of
knew a
course.
lot of it, but it was cool to hear the details and learn more about it.
Yeah. Yep. It's a thing. It's a
Yeah.
journey.
Yeah. It's funny because every time even I'm friends with you on all of the socials, but still
Uh-huh.
whenever you post an update, Ray, your father-in-law, will always send me a
Uh-huh.
screenshot of it and I'm like, yeah, that's exciting. I love it. I love that they keep me in the loop with it still even after all these years. But they're like it's cool too because they're so excited that they're like,
Right.
look, everything's still good, letting everybody know.
Yeah.
So,
No, it's great when I get to give good news.
yeah, love
It's
it.
so nice. I love that they share it with everyone.
Me too. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Hey, thanks for listening to this episode. If you liked what you heard, please remember to subscribe and go leave a review on Apple Podcast. It helps me know what you want to hear and who I should have as a guest next. Thanks again, and until next time, keep living the life of a lotus.